Right, so on this video I'm going to show you how to rekey a lock barrel. Specifically for this purpose is when you buy these kits, they don't come with a tailgate barrel. You can buy those separate. They're only like 18 quid. This whole kit here, £12, like 99, something like that. So in the kit you get your ignition barrel and four barrels. So I'm going to use the 3 barrels for the drivers, passenger and side door, and then we're going to use the 4th one to rekey or recode the tailgate lock. And why we're going to do that, I'll quickly show you. So what we've got here is three different keys. Got the original one in the lock, and as you can see, unlock, lock. My issue is different keys. Unlocks. This one's slightly different. It unlocks, but it doesn't lock back up. So I have my suspicions here that someone's either took the tumblers out or there's tumblers missing. Whatever it is, we're going to find out. Back to the bench. Okay, so we just popped out the lock mechanism from the tailgate. These are obviously different with barn doors, and I believe with barn doors you can just use one of the replacements, so happy days. We'll just have a look at this lock now. Just have a quick look so we can get this this barrel out. It looks to be the same. There's a pin just inside. Looks like we need to tap out. That looks like we can take this fitting off and then hopefully just pull the barrel out and see what's going on inside. Let's have a look what we can do. Hopefully it's not too stuck in there. She comes. Unlike the other one, she's a little bit more stubborn. I might just get a bigger rivet. It's a little bit harder not doing it in the vise, but it looks like we've got enough now, hopefully, just to pull that out. Let's grab a bigger rivet. Not saying this is the right or the wrong way. It's a way that's hopefully going to work. Part of these videos is let's just take it apart and see what's going on. So it doesn't look like there's a spring in this one like the others. It does look like it's directional though. So the round curve looks like it's facing the bottom. Right, let's pop this out and see what's going on. So we got the rubber seal. I'll just pop that one off. Looks like there's some damage to it. And it does look like we have got some tumblers in here. With this key in, I do notice that one of them is, with the key in, all of these tumblers should be flat. And this is the correct key for this, or what I believe for this one. It allows it to open. So yeah, all these should, in theory, be down. Let's just try a different key, see what happens. Just holding on to the tumblers because they will ping out. and same with this one. These are moving, so something's not quite right here. I'll just get a cloth, we'll clean this up. And what I have noticed, I'm not sure if you can see, let's try and get this in view, but there's file marks. So I won't be surprised if someone's had a go at filing these down to make it work. Normally, what I've come across before is people just pop these out so any key will work. But in this instance, it looks like they've been filed down. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to pop all these out. We're going to use the tumblers or waffles out of this one to rekey it to the new keys. So let's get started with that. So what you'll notice as we take this out now, I'm not so aggressive, they're not too bad, but you can see what happens when you take the key out. All the tumblers pop out. Normally they would be slightly higher as well, because what you have inside the chain, the barrel lock where it goes, is there's like little cutouts. So when the key's out, as you're turning it, they can't come past the cutout. So when you put the key in and they all pop down, it then allows you to turn the key. Right, so let's just pop all these ones out because these are going to be no good. They are numbered, or they're meant to be numbered. Some of the ones I've come across, or most of them I've come across, I can't find any numbers on them. There are companies out there where if you take yours out, you can actually tell them what numbers you need. They will then just send you these new waffles or tumblers. To actually replace, if that will just replace your existing key. What you'll notice as we take these out, there are little springs as well. The springs sit within these little holes. I'm not too fussed on keeping these ones at the moment, just because we're going to replace them anyway. And this one looks like he's nice and stuck in there. Let's see if we can just pop him out. A little flathead screwdriver would be perfect. There we go. There's normally 6, I think. It might even be a bit more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 1, 2 this side by the looks of it. And then should have done the 5 this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the idea is we're going to take them out of this in the order they're in this one, and then we're going to place them in this one. So stop them coming out. We'll pop the key in, remove that cover, and so yeah, on this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure if they're in the same location. They are. And then 2 on that side, 2 on that side, also in the same location. So as we pull this key out, it's going to start from this end here. So we will do the same on here. I guess the only thing I haven't thought about is how I'm going to keep them in. But I guess as we're doing them, we could just pop this sleeve on. Or potentially, I got the second key. I can put that second key into it. So we'll just take that off, just in case. All right, let's see how this goes. Hopefully you can see. So we'll start with the side with 5 on. And we just need to make sure there's some springs in there as well. Like I said, we can take them out of this one. So it looks like this first one needs the spring. So let's see what happens here then. So as I'm pulling the key, you can just see that tumbler there just popped. We should be able to take this out. And potentially the spring as well. Everything's so small and fiddly. So we're going to put that spring into this hole. And then going to take the tumbler and the little pin on the side there goes down onto the spring, and it just holds it in place there. Now I can see the next one's already got a spring in it, so we'll just go to the next one. See if we can do this by hand. I'm going to pop that one in there. Sorry about all the shakes, it's bloody cold in this old man shed again. Really need to get a heater sorted. I've got a Chinese diesel heater ready to go in the van, so that'll be another video coming up. Seen some different reviews on them, but for the price, we're going to give it a go, see what happens. For the fourth one, I can't see if this one's got a spring in it, but we should soon tell by, as we put the tumbler in, if there's a spring in there. There should be a bit of bounce, which there is, so there was one. Right, and then final one on this side. What's going to happen though, because it's past, say the fifth one here is on the other side, so that's going to pop the other side. So what I will do is I'll just, in fact I don't think it's going to pop out, but we'll just pop that on there so we can get this one out. I can already feel the other ones coming out as well. Looks like there's a spring in that. It's not as great, but it's there. Just pop him out. Right. I'm just going to turn this over. Oh, see that one pop? Hold these so they don't fall out. There's definitely a spring in that one. I'm going to put it on its side and hope they don't come out. There we go. And final one. Let's see if we have a spring in there. So, in theory, what should happen, if I now take this key out and pop them into here, all of the tumblers are all flush. So we've now rekeyed or recoded the existing barrel for the tailgate. And we can now install that, and the new key from the new kit will work. See if I can just show you as well. You can see these are all flush now. Pop the key out. Like I said, careful when you do that, they do like to spring out. If we put oh, get the right one though. If we get a key that isn't the correct key and pull it in, what should happen is some of these waffles should ping up, and that would then stop it turning, he says. Only one way to find out, I guess. Pull it back in and try it. I was hoping that they would be stuck up more. Try a different key. Just got one here somewhere. Same again, there's more stuck up, so we'll try it and we'll see what happens. Let's put the original key back in, and let's get this back into the actual machine. A little bit of grease on there again. Just helps. Doesn't need to be a lot. And I'm not sure if you can buy these seals. This one's damaged, but we will put it back on. Oh, so much better than nothing. And Stone facing down. So if we can get this back on it. There we go. And then all we've got to do is get that pin back in. Hopefully it's not too hard. What I'll do is get a pair of grips. And then just see if we can just squeeze it down. There she goes. So this key's definitely working. What's going to be interesting is this one. It's still working. Right, this one's not. Right. So that leaves me to believe is potentially the inside the sleeve. You've obviously got the cutouts where the pins will locate to stop it turning. Potentially they have worn, which is allowing it to pass. If there's a similar key used. What I will try though is I'm just going to pop the barrel back out and I'm going to check all of the waffles definitely had springs in them, because that will obviously have an effect as well. So I'll quickly do that and then we'll come back. Okay, so I took a few moments just to clean it up, make sure there were springs. They all had springs. So there's a couple of options that I'm thinking. So the original key, let's get this right now. Well, unlock and unlock, sorry, that's the key from the new set. This was the original key I was using. And that's now locking, it doesn't unlock. Even with a bit of force I can feel that it's locking in place. However, this key here is one I had in the drawer. Probably, I can't remember where it's from. The van comes with so many keys over the time where they've probably changed the locks and barrels. But this key, when you actually put him in, it will actually undo it. There is a bit of tightness there. So a couple of my thoughts are, the inside of this is worn, or actually when you look at this key compared to this one, if I overlap them like that, you can see they're very similar in their makeup. There's not a lot of difference. See if that'll focus between them. So this could be potentially where these kits are so cheap, there's not a lot in them, and potentially you may get a kit that contains the same key as another one. I'm not saying if that's true or not, it just seems they're very similar. They are very cheap kits, so potentially that's the option. However, the new key that come with it, I'm doing all the barrels. I'm going to change the ignition barrel, so they're all going to be on the same key. So I'm happy with that the new one is now opening and closing it. I've also fitted central locking anyway to the driver's, passenger and side door. Potentially looking at fitting central lock into this rear. However, we don't use it that often. So happy with a key. May potentially look into changing this as well if it's worn. I think thinking about it, those two keys are very similar, and that's more likely the case. Anyway, I will quickly show you how to fit this ignition barrel. It takes a little bit of modifying on the old one to get the old one out. Lucky for me, someone's already done that. And we'll go out to the van now and I'll show you how to take these out and put these in. So just out of the van, new key. This barrel was replaced recently with the same key, and all working. My thoughts were, if this key is opening the rear now, will it open this door? So let's give that a go. Alright, so that's quite good that it won't actually open it. Just try one more thing a second. But it will lock the van, but you can't open it. Thoughts on that one then? So just in the van, looking down at the ignition barrel lock, where that would be situated, just in here. As you can see on the side of this one, there's a hole been drilled in it. Now, to get these old barrels out, you have to drill this hole in a specific area. Unfortunately, without getting a tape measure out, I wouldn't know what that was. However, it's probably on the interweb somewhere. And what that does, it allows you to, on these new ignition barrels, you can see there's like a spring. And what that does, allows you to put a screwdriver in there, push that spring in, and that allows it to pop out. To pop these in, on mine, I don't know if you can see, there's normally a little ring on here. I ground it off because these new ones, they don't seem to push in all the way. And then I was having issues starting the van, so I ground that off and that seemed to sort that out. These new ones, they kind of just pop in, push that spring in and pop it in, and that locks it in place, and then you're good to go. I have got the immobilizer ring that goes around mine also. Yeah, it just clips on, and away you go. Job's a good one. Cheers guys, thanks for watching. Take it steady.